We remember the scene just a few weeks ago. Toronto area pastor Hyun-Soo Lim welcomed home after his release from a North Korean prison. He spent 2.5 years doing hard labor under the regime. They accused him of trying to overthrow the government using religion. Now freed, he's opening up to CBC News about his experience. So for more on the story, we're joined by Molly Thomas in the newsroom, who's had a look at some of what the pastor had to say. He sat down with the CBC's Rosemary Barton at his church in Mississauga. And what did he have to say?
Well, John, the pastor had said, he didn't believe this trip would be dangerous. He's actually been to this country more than 100 times before. His church has started an orphanage there, a nursing home, a nursery as well. So he says it was never a political trip. It was all about helping people. So in his sit down with CBC, Pastor Lim says that he was coerced and coached during his time in that North Korean prison into confessing that he wasn't actually there on a humanitarian trip. But that cooperation, it actually may have helped him. 900 plus days in detention. He was never personally harmed. That may be what kept him alive. And he also speaks of another major reason about why he's alive. Here's what he said to Rosemary.
Do you think being Canadian helped get you released?
Of course, if I just Korean, maybe they killed me because of my crime is the too big crime in North Korea. Not outside is okay, but I'm Canadian, so they cannot. Canada 외국.
Because they cannot kill the foreigners.
Did being Canadian save your life?
Oh yeah, I believe so.
And that is just a small portion of his interview in English. Remember, John, this is a man that hasn't really spoken English in 2.5 years. And so most of that interview through a Korean translator. So
2.5 years in North Korea, in a prison. What did he have to endure?
Well, he was sentenced to life of hard labor. So this includes digging holes into frozen ground. He said that the mud was so hard and so deep that it would take 2 days just to dig one hole. His hands, his feet completely frostbitten during that experience. He also had to work inside a coal storage facility, breaking coal daily. This is a man in his 60s, John. This is a man that is elderly, and so he was hospitalized. He was hospitalized 4 times while in detention, very strenuous circumstances. Perhaps the worst part, though, he talks about was his isolation, the fact that he was there by himself. But he says it was his faith that saved him. He memorized 700 Bible verses while captive. He says praying was what kept him alive. John?
Thanks, Molly.
Thank you.